Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody to the regular meeting of the Pickleweed Advisory Committee on February 1st, 2023. The time is 7:01 p.m. and I'd like to invite Becky to do roll call, please.
All right, thank you, Steve. Yaro Sabalas. I don't see him here. Miguel How Gutierrez,
Miguel called in sick.
and he's absent. Okay. Nancy Palacios.
Here.
You. Kate Sprague.
Here.
All right. Janet Tanchez.
Present.
All right. Rosa Vasquez.
Present.
Okay. Luis Youst.
Here.
All right. And Commissioner Mark Machado.
I'm here.
All right.
Okay,
Thank you.
for those of you who don't know Mark is taking Ariel's place as our liaison from the Park and Recreation Commission. So we're very happy to have him participating with us. Thank you, Mark. I'd also like to recognize the attendance of Assistant Library and Recreation Director Craig Verame and Senior Administrative Assistant Becky Orton. Okay, and Becky, it doesn't look like we have anybody from general public, so
Not.
we'll skip that and let you do your blurb if somebody joins us later.
Sounds good. Thanks, Steve.
Great. Does anybody have any amendments to this evening's agenda?
No.
No. Okay. Not hearing any, we'll move forward to item number 1, which is approval of our regular minutes of the August 3rd, 2022 Pickleweed Advisory Committee. I assume you've all had a chance to review the minutes. Are there any corrections or questions or changes?
No.
No. Well, I just want to thank Becky. She does a great job of putting together the minutes for us after every meeting. So thank you, Becky. And if we could have a motion and a second to please approve the minutes of August 3rd, 2022.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes of August 2022 as written.
Thank you, Louise. Second.
I'll second it. Janet Sanchez.
Thank you, Janet.
Okay. Nancy Palacios. You're muted, Nancy.
Oh, sorry, I'm getting cut off. Can you repeat that, Steve? Or I don't know.
We had a motion and a second to approve the agenda. We're just going through a roll call now for approval.
Yes,
All right, thank you. Kate Sprague,
Yes.
Janet Tanchez,
Yes.
Rosa Vasquez,
Sorry, yes.
thank you. Luis Youst.
Yes.
All right, motion approved. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, everyone. And as we have no members of the public, we can skip over public comment and go to matters before the committee. Item number 3, co-sponsorship application and final reports. This evening, we have the Marin YMCA, the YMCA summer camp at Alboro Community Center. As noted in the staff report, it is recommended that the Pickleweed Advisory Committee grant the YMCA a fee reduction or fee waiver for use of the rooms necessary to conduct a summer camp program for Canal children at the Albert J. Borrell Community Center and Pickleweed Park, Monday through Friday, June 20th through July 28th, 2023, not including July 4th, when we'll be closed, with permission for staff to grant additional space on a day-to-day basis, depending on availability. For the past 2 summers, the Albert J. Borrell Community Center at Pickleweed Park has co-sponsored the Santa Fe City School and YMCA partnership to offer a needed summer program with a focus on recreation and socialization. Both the YMCA and Santa Fe City School hope to continue this partnership in supporting Canal families with the summer program in 2023. Their proposal is to serve 70 school-identified students with a safe program that provide academic, social, and emotional development, all free of charge to the participants. The application requests use of many of the center's rooms and amenities. as was done in the past with both previous Catholic Charities Kids Club program and previous YMCA programs. In order to accommodate other programming in the facility, staff recommends granting the YMCA enough room for them to successfully base daily activities. Should the committee agree, additional rooms, primarily the gymnasium, could then be granted on a daily space available basis. Generally, the activity fits well in the center's schedule and is very much needed in the community. While the Pickleweed Advisory Committee reviews the co-sponsorship application, Marissa from the YMCA is present to provide a program overview and support their application before you this evening. Committee members will then have an opportunity to ask Marissa or staff any questions they might have. At your April 5th meeting, the Pickleweed Advisory Committee has the authority to grant a fee reduction of 25, 50, or other amount of a reduction, grant a full fee waiver, reject the application, and ask the applicant to resubmit with additional information, or reject the co-sponsorship application altogether. The nonprofit value of a full co-sponsorship totals $22,400 while still retaining space for other programs. A fee reduction or waiver would potentially result in lost revenue to the city should a paying program be interested in renting the facility. The YMCA has agreed to reimburse the facility attendant fee of $25 an hour for opening the center 1 hour early each morning. And now I'd like to turn it over to Marissa. Welcome.
Thank you, Steve. Is it possible for whoever's the host to grant me permission to share my screen?
Yes, let me get that for you. Sorry about that.
Okay, no worries at all. I'll be just a moment then.
You should be good.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay. Alborough YMCA was run in partnership with San Rafael City Schools and the City of San Rafael to serve 70 youth living in the Canal community. At the Alborough this summer, the campers were so happy to make new friends, go on field trips, and swimming, which was many campers' first time. Through swimming and field trips, children were given the unique opportunity to learn, grow, and explore new and unfamiliar places to them. The first week the campers went swimming, a few of them were afraid to even get in the water. One camper took about 10 minutes of encouragement to get her into the pool. Once she got in, she walked herself around the pool as many campers did. A few weeks later, she saw her friends jumping into the pool. With little hesitation, she tried for herself. By the end of the summer, she was jumping in fearlessly to the water, saying, "Look what I can do." Alborough went on trips to the fair, the zoo, bowling, the exploratorium, YMCA's STEAM conference thingamajig, and the A's game. Apart from swimming and field trips, we offered a rotation of different arts and crafts and games. The youth even had an impromptu crazy hair day. And plenty of water balloon fights to keep them cool. This summer, we got to provide not only an enriching experience for them, but it was also enriching for all of us and our staff. And it was amazing to partner with the San Rafael City Schools and the City of San Rafael to provide them these experiences. So I thank you all for approving the application and giving us that opportunity.
Okay, so now we'll have a chance. Thank you, Marissa. We'll have a chance for the committee members to ask any questions, and we'll start with Nancy. Do you have any questions for Marissa or myself?
I don't have any questions, but it seems like it was very successful and the kids were very thrilled to be part of the organization. So great job.
Thank you, Nancy.
Kate?
The program looks great. I saw that you weren't able to conduct surveys last year. I was just wondering whether you were planning to do that this year and of whom, if so.
Yes, typically we provide surveys for the parents and for the youth that are 3rd through 5th graders. We were not able to do that last year just because we were in transition of the person who usually has ownership of the surveys. But this year we very much plan to do some form of our own, if not through our association.
And it looked like this is the same number of kids as last year, around
Yes.
70 or some 75.
70 children.
Okay, Janet, any questions?
Are the kids paying anything to go to the program?
No, it's fully funded through the Santa Fe City Schools. They, San Pedro and Bahia Vista principals and teachers identify students, and then we register them through the YMCA for our program.
Okay, thank you.
And Rosa, do you have any questions? Oh, you're muted.
I'm sorry, I'm muted. Not this very moment. It looks like everything is well explained. Yeah, no questions.
Thank you. Louise. You're muted, Louise.
What is the ratio of the staff to children generally?
It's 1 to 8 for our TK first graders. It's 1 to 10 for our 3rd and 4th graders, and it's 1 to 12 for our 5th through 8th graders.
Wow. That's very impressive.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mark, do you have any questions for Marissa?
I have no questions, but I gotta say, seeing all those smiling faces makes me smile. So I mean, it's I think it's a really important program.
Mm,
Thank you for doing it.
Vital.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if there isn't any other questions, I want to thank Marissa for coming in and presenting. The committee will be reviewing the application, and then at our next meeting in April, they will make the announcement. And I think we'll be back then for your school year application too. So you'll be double on the roster twice that night.
I will be, and I'm trying to get Mike from Santa Fe City Schools to join me. So
Good.
hope to see you. Well, I will see you guys then. Thank you so much.
Good. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. Bye.
Okay. And now let's move on to item 4. And it's review of proposed 2023 Pickleweed Advisory Committee meeting schedule. I think this time we've avoided most of the school holidays, but does anybody have any questions or concerns about the dates?
No.
No.
I do see that Passover might be April 5th. I don't know if that's a major concern when scheduling things. It's not for me personally, but noting that. I also, with the in-person meetings, I know now that I will not be here for the August 2nd meeting, but I mean, obviously there's plenty of other committee members who can handily carry on. But with meeting in person, that'll make it a little, I imagine it might make it different for people in the summer.
Sure. Okay, that's good to note, and I especially appreciate you pointing out the Passover date too. Do we have a motion to accept the schedule or a proposal to change the dates?
Mm.
I think motion to accept it as it is.
Do we have a second?
I second.
Okay.
All
Becky?
right. See here. Nancy Palacios,
Yes.
Kate Sprague,
Yes.
Janet Sanchez,
Yes.
Rosa Vasquez,
Yes.
and Luis Yaus.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Motion approved.
Thank you very much, Becky. Okay, now we're moving on to item number 5, committee reports and comments. This is an opportunity for you as committee members to share any events or activities or meetings you've been to since we've last been together. And we will start with Nancy.
No, I was pretty bummed that I wasn't able to make it to this Dia de los Muertos. I saw lots of pictures though of the altars and it looked absolutely amazing. But hopefully I'll be able to make it this year.
Great. All right, Kate.
I lost my train of thought. I have been serving on the Parks and Recreation Steering Committee, and we had what I think was our final meeting a week or two ago. And so out of that have come some priorities and ways to prioritize the different community centered needs. And I think I would just say, I hope people from the canal area and Pickleweed, people who use Pickleweed and Albert Borough Community Center will speak up as there are opportunities for additional feedback. There were lots of people from Terra Linda and other places other than the canal in being represented on that committee, and our community center and park at Pickleweed are definitely some of the most used also. But so I think it's important that we make sure our voices are heard as they continue to move forward with different improvements and things, and look for feedback there. I've been really appreciative of the additional large item garbage pickups that have been held more recently over the last few months. It seems like that's happened more often than it had in the past. And I think that helps with keeping our sidewalks and streets clear to make that more available for people. So I appreciate the city, and if that's in collaboration with the refuse company to make sure that that's happening more often.
Good. Thank you, Kate, and thank you for being our liaison for the Park and Recreation Master Plan. That's going to be a real important tool for us as a department, for the city moving forward, to kind of prioritize what the needs of the community are. So thank you for representing the canal community and this committee.
And I do think they did a good job of kind of figuring out the ways to prioritize it and to include some things that make it not just about who shows up at meetings. So I'm confident that the city, and all of you will do that. But I still think I'll just say I want to hear from people in our neighborhoods too.
Absolutely. Thank you. Janet, any updates?
Sorry, none at the moment.
Okay, thank you. Rosa, any updates?
Not at this very moment, because I haven't been much on meetings. Not much. The only thing that I wanted to share, since we are here, that this Saturday, Voces del Canal will along with some leadership from 400 Canal. They're raising funds because of 10 families that had their apartments caught fire before Christmas. And this weekend, I think they're going to have it here at the park, that they're going to do food. So they're going to sell food so that they can help these families that are still not living in a respectful place yet. So they're raising funds. So everyone is welcome if you guys would come in and help us. You're
What
more
time
than
is it
welcome.
at?
From 10 to 4.
10 to 4. Is there a social media post?
I do have one, but I'm not sure if I can send it to Steve, or how can I display it?
The school district has sent out, or
Okay.
a flyer was submitted through Santa Fe City Schools too.
Yes.
I can probably forward that to you, Steve. Maybe.
Yeah, or if Rosa, you sent me something, I would forward that as well.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Okay, Louise, do you have any updates?
Oh, I don't think so, except Dia de los Muertos was fantastic this year. Really enjoyed it. Well, extremely well organized by the usual culprits. Yeah, beyond that, the Canal Community Garden is kind of at its winter standstill. Not much activity over there until I believe March 4th will be their first community work day. So I think it'll start moving from then on. People will start planting things again. And yeah, that's about it.
Well, Luis, thank you for playing your steel pans at the Dia de los Muertos event. It's always a nice way to greet people as they walk in, and they always sound so great echoing through the lobby there. So thank you for
Oh,
participating in that event.
you're welcome. Such a pleasure.
Mark, do you have any updates or anything from the Park and Rec Commission you want to share?
I don't. You are actually my first meeting of the year. I missed my. I was not in attendance this last month, so I don't have anything for you.
All right. Well, we're happy to have you here.
Yeah, you got it.
All right. So now we're going to move down to item 5, and that is staff comments and updates. I've got a few updates for everybody since my December update. Our custodian, Juan Carlos Sordo, utilized the holiday closure this year to perform deep cleanings of the community center, and he waxed the center's floors, steam cleaned the center and Pickleweed Library's carpets, deep
Wow.
cleaned both the library and center's restrooms. And on a personal note, I want to share that Juan Carlos officially became a U.S. citizen last Friday, and we're very, very pleased with him. He worked really hard to do that. So he's a great member of our team. He's been there a little longer than I have. So the community really relies on him too. So we appreciate him very much. The heavy rains last month took their toll on the community center. We've got regular leaks. Staff placed buckets and removed soggy and drooping ceiling tiles that customers worked around. Patching has been done, but a lot of spots are bigger and require moving the HVAC system. So that's been on the city's CIP list for quite a while. So hopefully eventually we'll get that all taken care of, but it's just kind of a little, where's the bucket now? Just running around with all the drips.
Oh.
In January, we kicked off some new programs, and other programs resumed in the center. For adults, we had Intro to Pickleball on Wednesday and Friday mornings. We've got a new dance class for adults on Tuesday evenings that's been very popular. We've got Rainy Day Drop-In Pickleball. We've got Open Gym Sports had paused. We lost a staff person on that, but in January we hired a new person, and that's back on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday evenings with basketball and volleyball. That's a very popular adult program. And then our multicultural older adult program and lunch is on Wednesdays. For youth and adults, our Canal Karate program is on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Our Canal Karate group was invited again to participate in an international tournament in Las Vegas, I believe in March. So they'll be doing a little extra training to go down, and some of the participants compete there. As far as youth, we've got a brand new ballet class that's so popular, we've had to split it into 2 classes, which is great. We've got ballroom and Latin dance for youth on Fridays. That's continuing. And then other programs that go on in the center, we've got Zumba by Vivalon, which this committee approved co-sponsorship. We're also working with Vivalon to see if we can get some balance classes for older adults. So hopefully that'll be coming in the next couple months. The Moving Center dance program on Saturday mornings is regaining popularity. We've got ESL classes for adults on Monday and Wednesday mornings. And then for youth, this time of year, the gymnasium's always really crowded. We've got CYO basketball on Saturday mornings till 1 o'clock. And then Dave Frommer's soccer for youth on Saturday afternoons and all day Sunday. Firebolts volleyball on Tuesday and Thursdays. The after school program with the YMCA Monday through Friday. We've got ABC playgroup on Wednesdays and Thursdays in the teen room. Apriendo Yundos on Thursdays and Fridays in the multipurpose room. The Pickleweed Library has Friday story time in our classroom. Drawbridge has art classes on Monday afternoons. Canal Youth and Family Council's Canal Arts program is the second Saturday of every month. Troop 2000 BSA is on Monday evenings. Voices to Canal has an art program on the 4th Saturday of the month in the art room. And in addition to that, we've got regular church groups, churches on Sunday, and with prayer groups on Wednesday and Friday evenings. We continue to be busy with family celebrations, quinceañeras, and weddings most Saturday nights. And the food distributions that we started during the pandemic on Tuesdays are continuing with the SF Marin Food Bank in our parking lot. So we've got things going on, which is great. The Pickleweed Park Enhancement Project continues to move forward. Craig informed me yesterday that the requested updates were made to our LWCF grant application, and we hope to be awarded the funds soon. The consultants have been making great progress and soil samples have been taken, design work on. Because of the project falls within the jurisdiction of BCDC, which is the Bay Conservation and Development Commission, we're going through their review process of our project. We expect that the Pickleweed Advisory Committee will receive a formal project presentation to be able to provide feedback at your April 5th meeting. The presentation will then be given to the Parks and Recreation Commission at their April meeting. If all goes well, construction will hopefully start this fall. And then finally, on March 16th, I will be presenting our annual combined Pickleweed Advisory Committee and Albert J. Borough Community Center Pickleweed Park Program Report to the Park and Recreation Commission. Although your attendance is not required, I do encourage you to attend as this either in person or virtually, as this is a good opportunity for the two groups to get to know each other a little bit better. The meeting will be at 6 p.m. in the lounge at the Santa Fe Community Center on B Street, and I will be sure to send you a meeting announcement ahead of time. And that's all for my updates. Are there any questions? No? Well, you know what? This is a record meeting for us. I can't believe we whipped through it so quick. Okay.
Hey, Steve.
Yes, Greg.
Steve, do you mind if I share a couple quick things? I'm going to try.
Oh,
I
I'm
still
sorry.
want it to be a record meeting, but
Oh, okay.
I had a couple of things I was going to share. One, just a general reminder, our spring activity guide was released, and I wanted to remind everyone that for spring programs, a walk-in registration begins February 8th, and February 10th will be online registration. One kind of fun event happening at the San Rafael Community Center I just wanted to share with you is that the Age-Friendly San Rafael Task Force in collaboration with the city is going to host a celebration for community members that are age 85 and older. So if you know anyone who would be interested in participating in that, I think we've already received more than 70 RSVPs for that event. It's going to be a great way to connect with other people in the community, and I just wanted to pass that along. Kind of like Steve mentioned, Pickleweed Preschool, we experienced some water intrusion, so we're trying to work on some solutions for one of the portable buildings there, and we're assessing the need for what we're going to do next to potentially repair some of that damage. So I just wanted to put that on all of your radar as well. It's our childcare program, so it's not directly related, but it is down there at the facility. So I just wanted to make sure you were all aware. Hopefully it won't be an impact on our program, but we just learned about that damage as well. And then I wanted to also just mention the Park and Recreation Master Plan. Thank you, Kate, for sharing some of your thoughts on that. That is a really it's been a lot of work. We've received a ton of community feedback, and I just wanted to echo what was shared earlier, that there is still time to review that plan and to provide feedback. Right now, we've identified some priority goals and projects that we are planning to recommend as part of that plan. We do have information we shared on the website last week following that steering committee meeting. And so there is a link I'm going to drop into the chat here. If you're interested in taking a look at that website, you can go there, or I'm happy to email that out to the group later, Steve. We can share the link to that webpage. But if you're interested in sharing feedback, feel free to send us an email, give us a call. We want to make sure that those viewpoints are incorporated into this plan. What's going to happen next is we're taking that plan to City Council on February 21st to get some additional feedback from them. That's not the final plan. This is an opportunity for them to review some of the priorities, the goals, and the policy recommendations associated with that plan. We'll take that feedback, and then we're working to have a final version of that document, hopefully by late March or early April. As of right now, there's more than 150 individual projects that we've identified as part of that plan. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of work in front of us, and some of the community feedback we've received so far has really identified that replacing or repairing infrastructure that might be failing or is broken is a really top priority for the community. Walking, pedestrian access is a top priority. And there's a whole list of other things that we've identified. Like Steve mentioned, the Pickleweed Park Enhancement Project I really am excited about that. I think that's going to bring some really incredible improvements to Pickleweed Park and to that all-weather field. So really excited about that. So I think that's it on my end. But yeah, I just want to share a couple thoughts. Thanks, Steve.
Sure. Any questions for Craig? Thank you, Craig, for sharing. all that.
Hey, Craig, just
Yeah.
real quick, with that date for the party for the 85 and overs, what is that date?
I apologize. I think I actually had the wrong date that I shared with you. Thank you for actually correcting that. It is Sunday, February 19th. I think I said February 12th. We changed the date because I'm not sure if any of you know what else is happening on February 12th. It's the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
We said that's probably a conflict. We probably don't want to hold this party on the day of the
Yeah.
Super Bowl. So
Unless
yeah,
you
Sunday,
have-
February
unless you
19th. It's 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m.
And how do you RSVP for that?
You can give the San Rafael Community Center a call, or there is a link on the website. I'm going to try to pull that and drop that in the chat as well.
Okay.
My 85-year-old neighbor is gonna go.
All right.
Good. Okay, our next regular meeting will be on April 5th. That is, we're going to be returning to in-person meetings. So that will be at the community center in meeting room 3. The guests have the opportunity to come in person like they used to, or virtually. So there'll be hybrid meetings going forward. So I'll send a reminder to everybody when that goes out. So it'd be nice to actually see everybody in person. And if there's nothing else, I thank everybody for your participation and all your support. And we will adjourn at 7:32 p.m.
Woo,
Yes.
quick.
Have a good evening.
That's amazing.
Bye.